Very good morning to the esteemed dignitaries from ORF, and my sincere thanks for choosing us to be part of this Raisina Hackathon. I somehow had to miss the inaugural because of certain other pressing engagement that came up. But then I wanted to listen to the students, and I'm happy that all that they are saying is being recorded, so later I'll surely go through. Couple of points, if I may allowed to make it. I'm no expert, basically I'm a management student, so I won't be able to make a meaningful contribution. But then couple of experiences that I have had as Vice Chancellor during two of my overseas visits. One to a neighboring country, Nepal, and other to our recently concluded visit to Central Asia. And my outcome has been that, I don't know how, but the global order is changing and is very fast tilting towards China. Now, a very not so pleasant experience we have had in Nepal while having personal discussion with the people out there, and though we were welcomed by many of the institutions, many of the vice chancellors flew down to Kathmandu to meet us, they entered into an MOU with us. But somehow when we were talking to people there, we were grossly missing the warmth and the empathy. I was told variety of intrusion into the privacy of a sovereign nation. Now this is all that I am saying is my perception. I do not have any first-hand and concrete input onto that. But we did try hard. Communication has been made to Nepal and people out there is that India tries to play a big brother, which no one likes. Any country, be it small or big, would want the relationship to be at par. But this kind of message has gone down deeper into the society of Nepal. Of course, economics is one other factor, and there we found that a good percentage of Nepali students are going to China, and even while being in Nepal, they are studying Chinese as a language. We found that there are two categories of students there. One, the high-end students who are going to Western countries, especially America, but rest, who earlier used to come to India, a significant portion of that student segment has started going to China. And in most of the cases, these are scholarship and fellowship driven students. Now, I have had a good number of offers, and we have had very good discussion with them, and I even went a step further by involving our colleges also, which are closer to the border of Nepal, and we did something, and we are getting some responses as well. But this is one such small experience that I have had with a neighboring country. Then, in our recently concluded visit to Central Asia, first Tajikistan, I strongly believe that the government there is way too smart to be caught into the fold of a particular country, but because of the predominantly economics, it is in a way, if intrusion is a not so appropriate word, but infusion would certainly suffice. And I was told that of course, India also has had strategic relationship there and strategic initiatives there. So that country is smart enough to balance the hotel we were staying in. They have had, it was owned by an Indian. A lot of American military officials were there. But I was told 700 joint ventures with China was there, and close to 90% plus public transport was with Chinese brands. China has been holding education close to for free for these people, and all the initiatives that I could find, I mean, would you believe that students from Tajikistan going to China to study Urdu and Hindi? But the government there is smart enough to have adequate balance with all the important forces, but in stark contrast to what we experienced with people out there, vis-a-vis Nepal, was that people were very warm towards Indian, very warm towards Indian, and whosoever, they would sing Hindi songs, they would try to speak Hindi words, they would be very warm and welcoming when they see Indian. They would identify us as Indian. So there are enormous changes in dynamics. Probably they are the experts, so they might have elaborated on what is going on. But I believe education is one extremely potent tool to take a diplomatic mission forward. And this diplomacy through education, like we went there, and very interestingly, our delegation was invited by Govt of Tajikistan. They ensured that at 0 degree and 1 degree temperature, we were there at 9 o'clock sharp morning in a university, next day to other, being welcomed by the Vice Chancellor himself standing. And after the visit, a report was going down to the Ministry of Education there, and it was on a constant monitoring. So such was the proactive measure that their government were taking, and we as an institution, we did all that we could, and we tried to offer all that we had. And we are going to ensure all that we are. And I also must say that Indian education is highly respected education outside. Our merit, our people, our content, our educational history, all are receiving enormous respect. So through education, as our Honorable Prime Minister also keeps saying, how we can further the education, not just in only furthering education, but also in various fields of the country. And through this, we can serve a lot of purposes for our motherland. So a lot of discussion and a lot of such aspects shall certainly be delivered in this Raisina Hackathon. I was very impressed with the concept I was told, and I believe that the merit that our students have of University of Lucknow, especially of Department of Political Science, is certainly going to go a long way in the pursuit for which you all are pursuing education for. So thank you the organizers for having chosen University of Lucknow, and I welcome the idea of holding 2 Raisina Hackathons in a year at University of Lucknow. So thank you very much for having come, and I hope we'll surely get some input, some meaningful input, worthy to be contributed and complemented at the national level. So thank you very much, and hope for a fruitful outcome. Thank you.